Hey everyone, Brent here, running for council at large in the 2021 municipal election here in St. John. Just another video on ideas, thoughts, and experiences that I have that I believe qualify me for the job of city councilor, which, is really the only important matter in all of this is, do we do a good enough job as councilors, potential councilors, candidates at communicating our qualifications, what value we're going to bring so that people can vote intelligently. Instead of voting for, the prettiest face or the most well-known or most popular, and which are far less important than that value aspect. So one of the things that I've noticed here in St. John, I started a nonprofit here in the city. I've worked for nonprofits, not just in St. John, but even in Hamilton, where I lived before this. Originally, of course, I'm from Blacks Harbour. We are going to do a video where I go back to Blacks Harbour and just chat about my upbringing and chat about where I come from and my family and things. But one of the things that I've noticed is that we have a coordination failure here in the city. And what I mean by that is we have all these nonprofits. We have a lot. Per capita, we have a lot of nonprofits and charities. We have still got this entrenched poverty rate among children especially, but just among our population with a high unemployment rate to boot. And yet with all these nonprofits doing all this work, why haven't we been able to move the needle? Well, it's not just the problem for nonprofits, right? Business has a role to play, and government has a role to play. And one role I think our government can play to put a dent in this is to have somebody who's involved at the city level of advocating and partnering with nonprofits who have very important initiatives and have great dreams and ideas and big plans and capacity to solve some of these problems. Whenever you apply for a grant with a big foundation, and there's many in the country, big foundations that give out millions of dollars. I noticed in Hamilton it was very good. It was incredibly good in Hamilton, Ontario, and at the city level for them to get these big grants. And I asked myself, well, why? Why do they do so much better than we seem to out here? And the reason is because their government works with their nonprofits, right? The community centers don't feel like they're just the poor cousin of the family. They feel like they're important, and the city actually designates human resources and people to help apply for these grants to show that there's strong partnership and integration with the city and the strategic plan that city has to solve the problems that the city has. So anyway, that's just one simple thing we can do, right? We can remove the culture of competition among nonprofits. We can designate people in our city council, and not just council, but maybe within our city managers and things like that, to help nonprofits apply for these bigger grants and bring some of these huge opportunities to St. John around housing, around job development and creation and training and entrepreneurial development, and you name it. So the sky really is the limit. That's just one idea. We're over time for this video, so I'm going to sign out and do follow along and do vote Brent Harris for St. John Councillor at Large in their election in May. Thank you.